Hello investors, welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to be discussing all of my dividends that I got paid out from stocks that I own on M1 Finance and one stock that I own on Robinhood. So I'm going to be showing you guys all of the dividends that got paid out in the month of July, and then at the end we're going to see how much that added up to and see how we're doing so far for the year. So as you all know, dividends are a great way to invest into the stock market because you can invest into stocks that you believe have a great dividend and try to average out between 3 and 4% dividend, not try to invest into something huge that pays out a ridiculous dividend but the stock is not good and goes down in price, and you lose profits on that. Kind of like Ford, if you think about it. Ford's been going down for years and years, but it has a decent dividend, but it's not worth it if you think about it because the stock is going to continue to go down and you're losing money on it. So let's get into the dividends. So the first one, we're going to add this one since it's my first one. It's June 28th. So it's SPHD. SPHD is a S&P 500 high dividend low volatility ETF. So I have 8.2 shares of SPHD, and SPHD paid us a dividend of $1.26, and their dividend is 3.08%, and this was on June 28th. The next one we have in the portfolio is going to be on July 1st. It was from KO. KO is Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola has a 3% dividend, and I own 5.8 shares, and they paid out $2.33 for their dividend. Coca-Cola is a great dividend. It's one of the kings. It's been around for a long time. This is one of my most prized possessions. I love Coca-Cola. I wish I had more money invested into it. If Warren Buffett's investing into it, why are we not? So that's a reason that I really love Coca-Cola. The next one on the list is going to be VNQ. VNQ is a Vanguard REIT ETF, so it's real estate companies pretty much. And VNQ pays out a dividend of 3.89%. In my portfolio, I own 3.35 shares, and they pay it out on July 2nd. They paid me $2.78. That's not bad at all, 3.89% for that. That's pretty good. The next one on the list we have right here is going to be LQD. LQD is a bond ETF, so I try to diversify a little bit, have some REITs, have some bonds, and then have the S&P 500, high dividend, low volatility ETFs. Try to mix it up a little bit, so I'm not invested too much into just one of them. So LQD, they pay out 3.39% dividend. It's a bond ETF, and I have 1.75 shares of this. On July 8th, they paid me out 62 cents in dividends, so it's not much, but it adds up over the long run. Next up, we have O. O is another REIT that I own in my portfolio. So O pays out a dividend of 3.74%. I currently own 4.3 shares in my portfolio, and on July 15th, they paid us out 94 cents in dividends. I love the REITs that I have in my portfolio. I have Welltower, I have O, and then I have Stor, which is actually the next one on the list right here. Stor, they pay out a dividend of 3.64%. I own 12.9 shares in my portfolio, so that one, I have a little bit more shares of. And on July 15th, they paid me out $4.26 in dividends, so that one's a little bit more than the previous one on O. O only paid us about 94 cents. Stor is also another great investment that I have. Next up, we have Comcast. I'm actually going to be showing you guys Comcast later on again, but Comcast, they pay out a dividend of 1.96%, and they paid me on July 24th at $1.67 total in dividends, so that's not bad. I like Comcast for the long run. I think they're going to be doing some great things in the future. Next up, we have SPHD. Once again, it's the S&P 500 high dividend low volatility ETF, and once again I have 8.2 shares. As you can see, this one pays monthly, so this one paid on July 31st, and the amount I received was $1.24. And as you can see up here, they paid me on June 28th as well as SPHD. So this one is a monthly dividend, which is not that bad. It pays out $1.24, $1.25, depending on how much money I own in it. But it pays monthly, and that's something I like as well, because I can continuously reinvest my dividends into my portfolio again, and continue to buy more and more shares of whatever I want to diversify into my portfolio. Next up, we have JPM. So this is JP Morgan Chase. They pay out a dividend of 2.92%, and I currently own 2.8 shares in my portfolio. On July 31st, they paid me out $2.19. so that's not bad. This is one of my finance stocks that I own. It's a bank. A lot of people ask me why I don't own Bank of America. I believe that Bank of America is great, actually. I believe they recently increased their dividend, actually, a couple months ago. I made a video on that in my previous videos that I made about dividends. But I have JP Morgan Chase on this account right here. I had some, I believe I still have some, actually, Bank of America on my Robinhood portfolio. I might have sold it during this dip that just happened with the trade war. But I think JP Morgan Chase, long run, pretty great stock to own. Alright, so we're going to switch it up a bit, guys. So right now we're going to jump over to Robinhood, as you can see right here. And in July 24th, Comcast, I had Comcast on this one, but I got out of it and just left it on my M1 Finance. But they paid me, I had 2 shares. They paid, 21 cents per share, so I received 42 cents from Comcast. And then my most prized possession, as you guys know, is Disney. I love Disney. I actually have more shares now. I got more before earnings, actually, but earnings were not that good. So I had 14 shares of Disney, and Disney pays a dividend of 1.27%. So 14 shares of Disney, they paid me out 88 cents per share. So in total, I received $12.32 from Disney. All the Disney shares that I had. Now, when you add up all of these dividends that I received between the 2 portfolios, we come to a total amount of $30.03. That is the total. Now, if you didn't add, this Disney stock right here, that would be about $18 in dividends. And if you actually look at my average on M1 Finance, that is true because I receive about a 4% average dividend on my M1 Finance account. So that's about $200 a year on that portfolio, maybe $240, and that seems about correct. So the Disney, that just added up and boosted my dividend a little bit. But if I receive about $30 per month, that would be pretty good. That would mean I would receive about $360 in dividends every year, which is not bad at all in my mind, because that's just free money that I'm going to reinvest into more dividend stocks. I love dividends on my M1 Finance, and I hope to keep adding more money and buying more. I wish the market would have dipped a little bit harder so I could add some more dividend stocks onto it and catch up. But honestly, most of my dividend stocks didn't really dip that much. They all stayed pretty much up. It did a lot better than my Disney and my Microsoft on my Robinhood account. But I believe that dividend stocks are very good investments. They can make you a lot of money. Plus, the growth is very, very nice as long as everything is doing well. Especially if we're in a bull market like we were right now. So it's very good because you're making dividend money, plus the stock, as it rises, you receive more money from it, just from growth. So it adds up, and your portfolio can blow up real quick. So I hope you guys enjoyed this dividend review, I guess, so overview of my portfolios. So if you guys like this, go ahead and smash that like button for me. Make sure you subscribe to the channel for more content like this. Leave a comment below how much money you received in dividends this month, and what is your best dividend, what you received the most. Like I received from Disney, that was my biggest one. So leave a comment below, subscribe to the channel, like the video, and I'll see you guys next time.